we're heading out to check out Tomb Raider. It's the reboot of the classic franchise. I've got a bunch of questions to ask. Thankfully, we've got the studio head of Crystle Dynamics, who should be able to answer them. And hopefully I'll leave with a smile on my face. Oh, he's trying to use the bow and arrow against me. Ballsy. There we go. Good shot.
So preserving your ammo at this point is important. Obviously, you're doing some looting here, so you can pick up loot off bodies.
So the infinite pistols of yore are gone.
There is no infinite pistol, no.
What leaps to mind when I look at this is the Star Trek movie by J.J. Abrams.
Oh yeah?
In the way that they sort of looked at these characters that everyone knows very well and then sort of skewed it. So would you say that the outcome of this game is different from the Lara Croft that we know?
She doesn't end up in short shorts with a braid.
I guess that's certainly part of it, but there's also like she had like a James Bondy like snide cockiness to her. How much of that is this Lara Croft?
I think that the DNA is still there, but it's definitely a different character at the end than the one you remember of TR1, right? So in these situations where you have a stealth pre-combat setup, there are a couple of different ways to approach it, which is the other part to making stealth not so frustrating. The worst thing that you can do, I think, about designing a stealth sequence is make it unclear what the rules are. And if it's unclear, then you find out by dying, right? And you can choose to either sometimes get by them without killing them, other times you might take them out silently. There you go, you're a pro. Look at you. If you had not done that, you could have taken them out quickly, potentially, or you could have just pulled your pistol and it would have turned into a combat fight. So the key thing there is you weren't really punished for doing it the wrong way. And I think that's something that in sort of more hardcore stealth games can be frustrating, is you didn't take them out silently and then the game's over.
Right.
The other cool thing is there are a number of different versions of each weapon. So the bow you have right now is not the bow you end with. So there's a limited number of upgrade sets on each bow. The next bow unlocks another tree of upgrades for that weapon. Then there are subsequent bows you find throughout later in the game which kind of expand that even further.
So what that tells me is that I shouldn't upgrade the first bow.
Your upgrades carry over, right? So if you don't lose them. So the important thing is on the gear, if you switch out a bow, you don't lose what you upgraded. You already have that and it continues on. So what it does is just unlocks additional options for each weapon. So there's no penalty for upgrading early, put it that way.
Okay, good to know.
And there's certain things like globetrotting that we pulled away from, and that has been a trait of Tomb Raider's old. And that was for reasons that made sense for this game. It's a very intimate portrait of her in a lot of ways. And it's a survival story, and you having free access to planes, trains and automobiles doesn't necessarily support that.
Right.
The single thing that I'm most excited for people to experience is the hubs. And the hubs that we've made, just to explain them, hubs are sort of larger spaces that are really built on exploration, that give you multiple ways through them, that have lots of collectibles, secondary tombs, so you can actually go in and find tombs and discover tombs that are off the beaten path. That's what you want, is a sense of freedom along with the tight narrative, along with the action set pieces, along with the big moments. So I think that's one of the most unique things about this game, is the way that we've woven all those things in together. From a design, from a technical standpoint, doing all those things at once is tough, and that's why we're really proud of it.